This is day 1062 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. If you'd like to sponsor coming share more of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, please come me directly. Very greatly appreciated. Today we are doing um, Yoredea, Siman Tzadi Beis, see if you test to Chav Daled. Yeah, so we're in the thick of things here. Let's jump right in. Well, we have a big question. Where are the pieces? Inside the gravy, partially inside the gravy, outside the gravy, and what the status is. So the Rambam holds that after even when the piece is inside the gravy, nevertheless below near the without shaking or covering nishar ikar iser b'chaticha. The primary prohibition remains in this piece. Ach b'meshech hazman. However, over the course of time, tispasheta iser b'chol it will diffuse eventually throughout the entire pot. As we see with our senses. Shimenu davar shamen. If you put something fatty, apirotev mokam echad. If you put it even in the gravy itself in one place, if you don't immediately mix the fat b'chol rotev throughout the gravy, the fat will stay in one place. Barotev in the gravy, as time passes, will expand all of it. Once it gives a taste to that piece becomes available. Both sides call as all the pieces. Meaning over time, the Isser will expand the entire pot. That we say, it's possible to squeeze it out. Not that we squeeze it with our hands manually. The squeezing comes on its own, without any activity on our part. And that is defined by its spreading throughout the pot. Says explicitly, if milk falls into a pot of meat, you taste the piece. If the piece has a taste of milk, even though if you squeeze out the piece, there will be left no taste in it. Since now it has a taste of milk, this is what we said. Now only in this piece do you have a time cholav, the milk taste. When it's the aschata is on its own, right? Not active. L'sochto, aschata happens on its own, passive. When it expands throughout the pot, no, it's actually explained the Rambam. Then the Rambam distinguishes by near b'tchil or near b'tchil when you shake it at the beginning or not. Says milk fell into the soup or into the pieces. We don't know into what piece it fell. No else shake the pot. So this is a simple matter. Since the drop is in the soup, or chaticha or in some piece within the gravy, the not just going to spread; it's going to diffuse throughout the entire pot. Therefore, he doesn't have to wait. He should immediately take care of himself. Masha tipota said, what the drop itself will do over the course of time. There's a saying, which the brain doesn't do, the time will take care of. So here, if you have seichel, you take care immediately. Otherwise, time will cause it to diffuse. So the the ain said begin to battle issue. This is obviously not a good category of battle issue. Came with so man, it's much special because it's going to spread on its own the entire pot. I will enough for tipa me'atzma Sorry, but enough tipa chaticha shechutz rotev. It fell out of pieces outside the gravy. But also then you can't mix the piece throughout the entire pot. V'zel shem sayim Raman. That's Raman concludes in Shayim b'shishim ben basar v'toch chalav ben chalav v'toch basar, whether it's meat into milk or milk into meat. The klamar meaning kamod ben filas basar l'toch chalav. Just like when meat falls into milk, you certainly use all 60, or if you look at all the milk to make the measure of 60. Sharia basar shu gush, because the meat which is a block, when it falls to milk, immediately the taste spreads throughout the entire milk. So to the opposite, and milk falls into meat. Even though previously it doesn't spread throughout the pot, it will spread throughout the pot. You can hear some of the process by mixing up yourself. The bracket says here, Makora Mishnah, the tipas cholov, his source of the Mishnah of the drop of milk, Shomers, which says near Sakdera, if you mix the pot, if it gives the taste into the pot, also, Klomar, if you didn't wait, and you waited, you didn't wait, that when it says that near, he's understanding to mean, he didn't wait till it should spread on its own. Because then the piece can become an avela in the interim period between the time it falls on that piece and the time that it diffuses. But you rather shake it, and mitzvah called gdera l'shishim, and all of the pot joints make 60. So veduk. Now veduk is halacha from here. When the piece comes out, because the milk, the entire piece comes iser. The other ones need 60 to nullify the entire thing. If you recognize it, you toss it out. The other ones are permitted. There's 60 corresponding to the piece. If you don't recognize it, harotev mutar, the gravy for sure is mutar. But all the pieces are also im. If the pieces are suitable for serving to guests. Because if they're not suitable to serve for guests, then we hold that dry is butter in a simple majority. The 3 pieces, mutaros kulam, well, they're mutar, because at least 2 are mutar, only 1 is also. But if they're suitable to be served as guests, ain't a betela, it's not about to feel be'elef in 1,000. Hafshis barasim kuf aleph. Dein donin din chaticha yuskabed. Ele b'isur machmas atzmo. Normally you don't say that chaticha yuskabed is only din an isur which comes on its own. V'lo b'isur not an absorbed prohibition. Become called basar b'cholav. But what's called it's different. Have an isur machmas atzmo. It is an isur machmas atzmo. It's not an isur kind of absorption. It's an isur of itself. Because that's the nature, that's the definition of the fusion of both together. Each one by itself is permissible. That which you said, that the pieces which are mutter also have to be ruyos liskabed. It's not because of the law, and mishum the she'ev sharbo v'nacher. Otherwise, it's not. You can recognize it, right? It's not possible to depict the case. Okay, if not, you can recognize which is which. But when they're also suitable to serve as gas, then you have the possibility of not being able to recognize them. And the bracket says here, Dina Nakot Avo Bechrech Tzarech Lamar Gam Acheres Kain Hein Veduk. So that's Dina Nakut, sorry, not Dina Nakut. So what the Shulchan is saying that the piece on which the prohibition fell, on which the milk fell, that's the Ruiz Kabed. He's saying that that's the din, but in the Metzias, it has to be the Ochad Ruiz Kabed, otherwise you'll be readily identified. Chaf Aleph. V'day, you should know that after Chashvin and Chatichas Basar Abula B'Mecholav, Consider a piece of meat which is absorbed milk. Isser machmasat. So an isser in and of itself. Not isser beluach. Kamash kosav as you wrote. Mikom kom lo chol dvarim adu kain. It's not true across the board. Kil chaticha basar b'cholov. There's a piece of basar cholov shenaga b'chatichas basar kosher, which touch kosher meat. Cham b'cham, hot and hot. Below rota without gravy. Ain't oseres. It doesn't forbid the kosher meat. Gonna suck issa balua vis-a-vis the kosher meat. Look at the milk as a absorbed prohibition. Look at some machmasatzma, not like an issa unto itself. Yes, I mean the call of our next shuk issa machmasatzma. Those are argued that if all matters considered to be an issa unto itself. Because Bible says the Shmaya sim kuf hey ayin sham is going to be clarified later on. Bracket says here Atasi will sign silver do have a issa balua rak mashikosav siman sidigat tzaygav ziv dalin. I guess it's I guess only for certain, but for only there it's considered Issa Balua Tzarfin Gadol. The Shamu wrote them, they're Bechal, but in the gravy. Bashach, Simu Kufesim, Kunizain, Eno Sober. Kain, Ayin Sham, not sure refers to. Chabez, Yeshmak, going there, those of the ancient Shakasav who wrote. The Had, the Tipa, that's the name of the Hagos Hashri. The tipa is chol of oseres ad shishim, that which you drop milk out until you have 60. Zel b'basar beim, that's by animal meat. Avlim nafla basar chaya v'of, it fell on meat of a chaya or a bird. Came to some rabbanon, since prohibition is a rabbinic one. Lo bein sheish shishim achaticha el batar b'rov, you don't need 60 in the piece. Rather, it's batar on a simple majority. With volume 2 and is astonishing. The head yokasa rama perik tesvav din chav the gam basar of oser v'nosedam, also by chicken meat. Even the taste answers. The bus of Kamoshi's spicy inside el bus of Yechol Arbos Achivat al Tam. By chicken, you could add on in order to negate even the Chatchila. Ayin Shama. Gam B'zeh Yesh Chokin. Even some people are arguing that. Which is spicy inside test. Ayin Shama must be clarified later on. Chenkosu Kol Rabbo Seinu Harishonim. The Gam is the Rabbanon Tzarech Shishim. Even rabbinic prohibition requires 60. Ain't chelik b'davar. Nobody argues. We reject the kosher shear. When the Achronim already commented on this. The pre-chodesh. Chav Gimel Hatur Evi Machlokas Harishon. Tur brings down Machlokas. Bedin Chanan. And so this Allah Chaticha Nas Abela Dieshrim. Tains the Rak Basar B'Chol. Some say it's only by Basar B'Chol. They should call Echol Mutu Atzmo because each one's mutu itself. It's Arvam Yachon. They got mixed together. And that's the Issa because new fused substance. Therefore, the entire piece goes to Nevela. Gufa Isser, that is the essence of the prohibition. But other prohibited substances which get absorbed into a piece of heter, even though the piece of heter does not enough to negate the Isser. And it comes Asr. The Nasa Bela. Can't say that the entire piece comes in a Vela. The he asura mine is a nivlaba because it's also because of whatever's absorbed in it. Avohi atzmai and then avela. In and of itself, it's not an avela. Elish also lochid al it's eat mine isar balua because the prohibited substance is absorbed therein. Lachen im. So the entire piece falls into another place. Ain't so shisha kenega kol chatich only 60 corresponding to the entire piece. El kenega isa beluaba only corresponding to the prohibited substance. V'cheshachenu das larosh v'gam das Rambam nirakain. V'chein basar Rebbeinu b'yisrael siv dal b'zel shono. He says passing explicitly lo amru chatich atzva nas zvel basar b'chol. Only say by Basar Chalav. The law b'shayim not by other prohibitions. Going k'zayis chalav shlila chaticha. If you have k'zayis milk, which got absorbed in the piece. Ve'im washish in the bottle, and it doesn't have another 60 to cancel it. The nasser became also a chagabishlam acheres, and then you cooked it with other ones. Ain't tzarich elashishim kidei k'zayis chalav. You only need 60 corresponding to the k'zayis chalav which fell in, not corresponding to the piece which initially became also by the milk, but answered by the milk. And then even piece itself becomes mutter. Akam l'shono. The bizesh goes gam chatir atzma chazes leheter plus atzma lehefech. Here happens to pass. Sat opposite siman kuvav sif aleph the hachaticha nishares bisur ayin sham. They said it remains prohibited. Brackets it says minus shesoiser atzma the kankas av lefi dasa tur the kari chanan. Ev shel sochto. Here, possibly two that Chanan is Efshar Sochto that you can squeeze out the prohibition. Daito Kol Echad. Chanan and Efshar Sochto uh, um, are one thing, right? V'sham Kasal Fidas Abaskim Shnei Yonim. That Chanan and Efshar Sochto are not contingent on each other. V'av Lo Nomar Chanan, and say that even don't say Chanan Mikon Kom Nomar the If Shari Schota is you can't squeeze out the prohibition. Was I run? So Perak Bosav back Meduk. And the second back brackets. Vashach Kosa Kavana Shabota Barov Ayin Sham. Vein Lashona Morek Kain. Doesn't seem to indicate that. But Divrei HaKreis place you guys the Chukim, they're even worse. That's the Varenu was out Tamana Sataz Steve Cotton Yud. Okay. Chot out. For Ramban Rashba is Kimu Gankin there Kodemis. Read the previous perspective. Chanan only by Bosem B'chov. Ava Rabbeinu Tam. B'chol Rabbi say Bali Taisvis. V'mordech V'asmad. Posku D'chol Yisrael Min Chanan. Any prohibitions. Chelev Dam. Because of Echad Migdala Rishonim, one of the great Rishonim, who is seems to be the Ran. The Vade Kenu must be like that way. The Chol Yisrael Marmina Chanan. All prohibited substances say Chanan. The Chaim Vord B'Yushalmi the Orla. This is being seen explicitly in Yushalmi Orla. Begrisin Shel Truma with groats, whatever they're called, of Truma. She's bashing in a dashim shel chulin, which will cook together with lentils of chulin. Vein b'chulin devato Truma is not enough chulin to negate the Truma. Achar riba aleim, they added on to them adoshim shel chulin, lentils which are not Truma. Sfila Rebbe holds a tzarech shadoshim ashniyim yirbu ala chulin v'al Truma. They have to be greater in number than both the original chulin and the truma in order to negate them. Harei lehedra darmina chanan. It teaches us chanan. The locain not here daibo sofa. They have to truma bad. You just have to ask for the truma. Get the truma permitted. No, that's not saying that right. It would be you only have to be about the truma, not the chulin. The body in the Torah lo min chanan rak basar b'chol. So he says no. The rest only say basar b'chol, only chanan by basar b'chol. Time she's bar because we mentioned because it's a fusion. Rabbanon, the rabbis gozu b'chol yisrael, they decree by all prohibitions dumya the basar b'chol. It's in accordance with basar b'chol. Fees according lo min chanan rak b'derek b'shul k'mo shos Torah b'basar b'chol. Let's only say Chanam by other Yisurim when it's cooked together, like the Torah asks by Basar Chol, because it's a Siyag and Basar B'chol. Ava Shlomo Derech Bishop, it's not a manner of cooking. Lo Min Chanam, we don't say Chanan. If you say Yesh Sofek Chanan B'Basar B'chol, Osir. If there's a doubt in about Chanan by Basar B'chol, right? Then it's a Sfeik the Raisa Yati Macher. Shar Surim Mutter, so it's Mekel to have a Sfeik the Rabbanon. So it's Safek the Rabbanon. So the Rabbanon Kula. Now the Kampos Kimash Gam B'Shai Sumi the Raisa who it's here. So there's some posts the other, but even by other Yisurim it's the Raisa. Bracket says here Makom Kom Ekushim Mizeh Hayusham Lider Rishona. Fresh Lami Tam Chanan Tzarech Larbos Shadashim Al Chulin. Perhaps not because of Chanan that he have to add more lentils to the mundane stuff. Shouldn't feel it because but it goes Efshol Sochta Osir. It could be that it's not because of Chanan, because Efshar Sochta is still also. V'shnei dvorim, and it's two different things. It's two separate things. Kamash Kasa Havnu, like we said, Sharma Truma Ba'adoshim. There's a little bit of Truma left in the original lentils, and therefore Kachzer Ribui. That's where you need additional amounts. It's crazy, flacy, Sif Cotton Test. That's the end for today.